Welcome to Heath Riles BBQ. Today we're going to be cooking up Texas-style spare ribs on the Outlaw stick burner. Let's get started. The first thing that we want to do to get started on our Texas-style spare ribs is we've got them out of the pack, we've got them dried off. All I did was cut the little bit of hard bone off the side here and left them alone. Now, these come already skinned on the back. I'm gonna turn them over here, ready to go. Now, I'm gonna use a binder of mayonnaise. If you do not like this, you can use mustard, you can use oil. You do you, it's your house, your ribs. But I'm gonna get this rubbed in. And then we're gonna come back with a good heavy coat of our garlic jalapeno rub on each slab. You just wanna keep applying a good, generous coat of this because we're not gonna do anything else besides put a little bit of salt and pepper on it, that's it. Now, once we get it seasoned with a generous season of garlic jalapeno rub, I've got salt and black pepper mixed up 50-50. I'm gonna shake a little bit of that on. Now I wanna pat this in a little bit. I want that coarse black pepper on this rib because this is a Texas style rib. And of course in Texas, you like a little heat, so a little bit of that jalapeno powder and that garlic jalapeno rub is gonna set very well on these ribs. Remember, we're cooking on an Outlaw Patio Smoker, so this is gonna have a really traditional flavor like you get in Texas. So now that we've got our backside of our ribs done, we're gonna turn them over and we're gonna repeat the process on the front. Now, once we let these sweat in, we're gonna adjust our cooker and we're gonna get them put on. All right, our grill is at 325 degrees right now. We wanna go ahead and get our spare ribs on. And now I'm gonna let these bad boys go for about an hour and then we're gonna start spritzing them. All right, we're 1 hour in. We just added a stick of wood, some good old hickory. We wanna get in here and see what our ribs are looking like. Oh yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we've got a mixture here of apple cider vinegar, a little bit of Worcestershire, a little bit of hot sauce. We're just gonna spritz them on here and keep letting them roll. We'll check them in another 45 minutes to an hour. All right, our ribs are done. We never wrapped our ribs. They are true Texas style ribs. They look absolutely amazing. Look at these right here. They've got a nice pepper crust to them right here. The color looks phenomenal. We're gonna get them off, let them rest. They've had a total cook time of almost 4 hours. 3 hours, 40 minutes is where we're at. They're done. We kept the grill at about 300 to 325 at times. And these ribs are gonna be great. Now the one thing you can do, you can pull them off, wrap them in foil right now and kind of let them just rest that way or just leave them out. It depends on what you wanna do and how you wanna eat them. When you wrap them in foil, it will help steam them a little bit of moisture comes to the top. They're just as good, just like this. Either way you want to do it, this is true Texas style dried rib that I've spritzed with a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a little bit of Worcestershire, and a little bit of hot sauce. I love that mixture on the stick burner here with the wood that we're using, the hickory. I love that taste and that color. Let's get over to the cutting board, let these rest a minute, and then cut into them. Our ribs are off of the smoker. They had a total cook time of 3 hours and 40 minutes. I never wrapped them. I kept the hickory wood flowing to the Outlaw stick burner about every 45 minutes. I'd throw a log in, And literally I was gonna wrap these, but seeing the color and spritzing them every 45 minutes like I was doing, I had to leave them alone. They just turned out incredible. Just looking at that color and that crust, the juice is coming out of these ribs here. And so there's not but one thing left to do. Let's get in here and try them. But just to recap, we put them on, we're running a pit about 300 degrees. At a couple times it got up to 325. That's not a big deal. I adjusted the airflow a little bit. We started off with mayo, a good heavy layer of garlic jalapeno rub, and just some salt and black pepper that I mixed together 50-50. And I'm telling you, these ribs right here smell incredible. I can't wait to taste them. So let's get in here and cut one off. Move that back. Move that. Oh, these things are cutting like butter. Get them all cut. We're gonna get them turned over, see what they look like. Oh yeah. Well, apparently I didn't go through all that with my knife, but that don't matter. We're gonna eat them anyway. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go after that one right there and just look down there on that riblet part that a lot of people would chop off, the juice and the moisture. That right there is what you call a great rib. Now I'm gonna tell you, this is gonna be good. Let's get in here and try it. Guys, I'm here to tell you, simple barbecue sometimes is the best barbecue. The back end heat I'm getting from a little bit of jalapeno rub on these ribs with the salt and pepper crust that they've got for true Texas style is incredible. You guys really need to try this recipe. If you like what we're doing on our channel, be sure to like, subscribe, follow along with your friends. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. I'll see you next week with a different recipe.